Hi everybody, just a warm welcome to our new webinar series that the CSI team have put together. We're going to cover a range of topics, but we'll talk more about these a bit later on.
We wanted to start off with a quick introduction to Westcountry Citizen Science Investigations. Many of you will be existing volunteers, but for those of you that are new, here's a little bit about the aims of the project. So firstly, to educate and engage people with the water environment, to produce data that can be used to target work and identify degrading water bodies, to spot pollution events which can be dealt with as quickly as possible, and to create a network of catchment communities that are invested in their local environment. And the map here just demonstrates where we have active surveys taking place. Those are the orange dots, and the blue dots show potential sites which could be surveyed in the future. So as you can see, we've got a lot of surveys already happening, but there's still more work to be done so that we can increase our spread across the area.
So for most of you, you've come across myself and Zoe before, but I thought I'd take this opportunity to introduce the whole of the team as we have a new member. So for those of you that don't know me or haven't met me in person yet, I am Anna Crane, the CSI Volunteer Coordinator. In the middle, we've got Zoe Colony, who is our Evidence and Engagement Officer. And we have joining us recently, Matt Worthington. So I thought it would be a good time to allow Matt to say a few words to introduce himself to you. Over to you, Matt.
Hi, everyone. I've just joined the CSI team as an Evidence and Engagement Officer. I have a background in marine biology and water quality, and I'm looking forward to meeting everyone and get going with the CSI project.
Thank you, Matt.
Okay, so this is just an update on the number of surveys and sign-ups that we've had. So back in 2016, we just had a few volunteers, and since then, the programme has grown massively. We now have over 1,600 volunteers signed up, which is amazing. And those spread all across Devon, Cornwall, and parts of Somerset and Dorset as well. This year we've reached 23,000 surveys, which is a huge effort. So thank you to all of you that have contributed. And we think that we'll likely reach 25,000 by the end of the year. So this massive increase in the number of surveys means that our management style is having to change so that we can help improve the volunteer journey and so that you're all getting what you want out of the system. So Anna's going to talk a little bit more about that on the next slide.
Okay, so as you know by now, we have moved across to our Assemble volunteer management system. This system allows, first and foremost, all of our volunteers to communicate with ourselves and with each other more freely, but also with the knowledge that their personal information is kept safe. So for example, we've had people talking to other volunteers from other catchments about what they do well, what's working well, and getting top tips, lots of help and advice. So that's absolutely brilliant. That was our main reason for moving across to a volunteer management system. It is also allowing us to be more GDPR compliant. We are able to put across our health and safety guidance that's of easy access to all of our volunteers. It also enables us to promote any volunteer opportunities that might arise more openly. So you guys can not only have a look at all of the articles, all of the webinars that we're putting on to give top tips to help you with your volunteer experience, but also if we in the future want to promote new roles, then we are able to do that and put them out across to everybody in the region who is volunteering with us. So we are really pleased to be using this new volunteer management system. It is an adaptable programme, so if you have any requests or top tips for us, we could maybe have a look to see if we can implement them with this system as well. Okay, thank you, Zoe.
So over the summer, we had 3 volunteer conferences, and we're hoping to continue these annually in different locations so we can spread the whole Southwest area. And we had some really positive feedback from our volunteers, such as hearing from experts was fascinating, and the atmosphere was welcoming, inclusive, and making us feel useful and valued. So we're looking forward to continuing our conferences and getting some more positive feedback. So yeah.
Okay, so going forward with our webinars, over the next few months, we're going to have a variety of topics. So, for example, one from the Woodland Trust. Some of you may have met Sam Manning at the Cornwall conference. He's going to come down and do a webinar with us. We've got a webinar about the scorecards. So, as you know, once a year we generate scorecards for all of your data. And Fran and our data team has very kindly created a webinar about how those are generated to give you a bit of the background information. We have one about the monitoring that goes on at WRT outside of citizen science, a little bit more information about the health and safety and collaborative monitoring. And then next week, we're going to have a community knowledge fund / young foundation webinar. And that's the project that funded all of the work we've been doing recently with the conferences and Assemble and this webinar series. So to give you a little bit more information about them and who we've been working with over the last few years.
So that's it for this session. As Zoe's just said, we've got lots more coming your way, so please tune in again to follow us with our other webinars. They've been brilliant, fun to record and lovely to chat with our colleagues from other organisations again. So here's our new contact details. Get in contact if you've got any ideas for future webinars, and hopefully see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.